Good afternoon, everyone, and we hope you are having a wonderful Wednesday from wherever you are joining us from today. You should see on the screen now, you see the most current versions of both Student Manager and ACEware. And Matthew and Jason are on with us today. Matthew will give us an overview of what's new in 66 in just a moment. And while I turn things over to him, I want to remind you, if you have questions for Matthew or Jason or me, to send those my way via the chat box on your screen, and I'll get those questions to them. So Matthew, you should be receiving access. I'm seeing your screen now, and so we'll let you share with us what's new in 66 that was released just yesterday. Thanks, Matthew.
Well, thank you. Actually, it was released Monday, but yeah, just this week, released 66. First thing I want to talk about is the enrollment report. This is either hitting F2 on your keyboard or going module courses enrollment report. Several things have changed on this screen. Most notably, the course category and course type have been added as fields you can use to search with. Also, it used to be when you started typing in like a course number, these other fields would disappear. I think when you tapped out, these other fields would disappear down here. We've made it so that you can search by multiple conditions using an and in between them. So it has to match. Category is whatever you choose. I think I've got some. Let me try. Certificate. I should have some certificate. Course category, and then you could do a course account condition, and so it has to match both conditions when you run this, and of course none actually match. I get back to it. I can do course type open, and should have some brochure lifelong learning. There we go. Oh, I got one. So you can use multiple conditions to narrow down the choices. Plus, I think I did view courses 14 days out, so I'm sure that limited me quite a bit as well. So anyway, a few things popping and happening on this screen for you to play with. Another thing that we've just implemented, if I go to module firm, actually the add firm, probably where you're going to see this more. As you're tabbing through fields here, I don't know if I put in an ID. As you're tabbing through fields, if you do not put a firm name in, it isn't going to allow you to move further. And there's screen flashes up here in the upper right-hand corner, valid input. But basically, it's kind of a help for you to make sure you put in a firm name before moving on. So and you can go on, put in other things, whatever you need to do to get the stuff in. Can't seem to do that. So, and an actual zip works better. So that way you're not saving an empty firm name to your firm table anymore, and this can help you out down the road. Speaking of firm, one of the things Uh, trying to think which course I've got in the demo that has unlimited entries. Hey, I got one. What we've done is the vendor field here, so, which is your firm. In the Pocket Ledger area, we've widened this field to 50 characters so that you have a little bit more space to put your firms in here. So that's a new thing. Something else, and this is something Chuck discovered, so I'm going to go to his name. As you can see here, the instructor record button is live here, so he does have an instructor record. But say I didn't know that, and I was wanting to make his name record a instructor record. If I hit Alt-Y, it brings up the normal message, hey, to clone this. Hit OK. So hit OK. Well, right now, it used to not have this additional message, which is kind of warning you, hey, you've already got a name like that in your firm database. Are you sure you want to do that? Well, no, I didn't mean to add a second Charles Havlicek to my firm table. So I'm saying no. So that way, prevent you from accidentally creating duplicates with your instructors. Another thing with firm, and I should have there, but anyway, back to, and let's go back to my Greg Snoopy service. New thing that's been added is this contact history button, and it's kind of like on the main screen when you hit star special button and then the contact history on there. Hit contact history, it puts into the comments field the date and your login. So you can put in your note, save it. Maybe I want to now come back in and put in a second note. Keeps putting in the new notes up at the top, and you can keep doing that all day long. Or as other people come in and put in things that they need to notate, just quickly gives you an option of keeping track of when and who is making the notes or comments, or whatever it is. Contact. History of your contacts with this firm. Okay. And last thing I've got is with the speed registration entry. And I'll pick a course. Yeah, more interesting when I pick a course with people actually in it. When we were putting in the select from firm option in Build 65, few people wondered, including Chuck, hey, why can't we have a view student list on here so you can see who's already in the course? Maybe you've got some people you're importing and you wanting to see whether or not they actually imported after you finish with the import wizard. So you can hit view students and it gives you a very similar list to what's on the course student list as far as showing who's enrolled, and you can go from there. So that's all I've got unless anybody has any questions.
We did have a question come up. Can you go back to the very first new feature that you showed by using the F2? That's fine. Okay. Now, the person would like to see how you can run this for more than one class. Like if you want to see all classes running that begin with a certain date.
Yeah, so if I switch to the view courses where, then you can put in a date range. So this today, 8/8/2018 to maybe I want to see the rest of the year. 12/31. And okay. So there's all the courses remaining for the year, going from August, September. I've got quite a few courses in this demo. So yeah, gives you a look there.
Very good. I'm curious while I'm asking this next question for folks to raise their hand if they use the F2 key and to follow along with this, Matthew. She'd like to see if this can be exported to Excel. So can you show where this button is? Right there. That answers your question. You can export those results into Excel right there. Question that came up, Matthew, is can you access the quick list enrollment without using the F2 key?
Yeah, that was what I was showing initially through the menu. Go to module, courses, enrollment report right there.
So,
what's that, Sharon?
Thank you. Can you raise your hand out there if you are using the F2 function key? Ooh, very good. Very good. You've got a large percentage that are using that key. That's a very good resource. And we appreciate your work on that, Matthew. Other questions from the audience? No? Matthew, I have a voice in my head who's saying, can you run through the other F keys that are available? Show the F function keys that are available again so everybody can have a quick review. The F1 so that you can see all the shortcuts available. For all of you, the F1 key will let you see all of the available shortcuts for you, and we encourage you to try those out. A good time saver. I'm not seeing other questions right now. We do have Jason on. Jason, do you want to give us an update on where we are with testing 51?
So 51 is anticipated to be out this week. This one's going to include several bug fixes, and as a new feature, it's going to include the support on the back end for the unlimited UDF. So if you're not subscribed to the ACEware forum, go ahead and subscribe, and you can get a notification of when that new build releases, both for ACEweb and for Student Manager, I should mention. So
we can look forward to that probably by the end of this week. I know you have lots of people that are very excited to receive that. So I'm not seeing other questions. We do have an exciting webinar coming up on the 23rd. Jason, who you just heard, is going to give us an ACEweb aesthetics lesson. He's going to talk to you about ways you can spice up your ACEweb pages and add more to the course lookup options, ways to kind of beautify your ACEweb pages, and he will do a session on that on the 23rd. So if you're not signed up for that, you will want to get signed up. We'll send another reminder early next week to get you in on that session. So seeing no other questions, we will let you all get back to doing what you do, and we will see you soon. Have a good afternoon, everybody. Bye-bye.